You're watching an RH Reality Check production brought to you by rhrealitycheck.org.
Loveland is a very Christian, very conservative community. People cling very closely to the church. It seems to be, whether it be the Catholic Church or it be the Baptist Church, some of the largest buildings we have in Loveland are churches. This is an area where the young 7th and 8th grade boys and girls come back to engage in oral sex on the weekends and at night after school. This, between the two dumpsters over here, is one of their favorite spots. The police have even been aware of this. Bringing up something like sex ed in this conservative of a community is very touchy.
But Tammy Sanderson was compelled to bring up the touchy issue with the local middle school when her 13-year-old daughter came home from health class with abstinence-only materials that included a virginity pledge.
Basically, she came home from school with a pamphlet and worksheets that she had been given in health class that they had worked on during the sex education program. There was a theme. It was don't have, abstain from sex until marriage. Marriage was riddled throughout the literature. The pamphlet talked about condoms not working, how they have holes in them and they tear and they slip off and all of this sort of thing. So basically they were too risky to use. The virginity pledge was the final thing, and with the virginity pledge they also got extra credit. It seemed to have an agenda, and it wasn't fact-based. It was shame, guilt, and fear-based.
I mean, they listen to a certain degree, but like when it comes to safe sex, they'll listen because it's teaching them how to be safe, and by scaring us into something isn't gonna work.
Do you feel like your peers are actually going to abstain from sex until they get married?
Some of them might, but I know a lot of them most likely won't.
Some of them already have not.
Yeah, I know quite a few people that have already gone ahead with that.
You're so embarrassed. You're never that embarrassed with me. And this is 13. At 13, if they don't know that using a condom is their only protection. The business card that they had been given in the class had the website of the organization that actually makes the presentation. So I went to their website. That told me that it was a ministry. It all led from Cincinnati to South Carolina, from one ministry to another in South Carolina, with ties to lobbyist organizations who lobby Congress on abstinence-only sex ed. I think I made like 19 phone calls. Contacted the health teacher, the principal. Neither one of them had any idea, knew anything about the program. Weren't even sure of the curriculum. Didn't know where any of it came from. Didn't know who even selected it.
In 2007, Governor Ted Strickland refused federal dollars for abstinence education because, he said, there was no data that showed that those programs work.
Governor Strickland did not make that decision lightly. He did not make that decision, and in reading his decisions, it's very, very clear that his decision was based on facts. Is abstinence until marriage only sex ed working? And his belief is no, it's not. That is becoming the prevailing belief, when it comes to sex ed. The money's coming, Title V, those dollars aren't coming to us anymore, but they are, Pregnancy Care of Cincinnati is offering their sex ed program free of charge to the school districts because they're still getting community grants.
Since rejecting abstinence programs at the state level wasn't enough, Tammy says it's up to parents like her to make a difference. But finding support hasn't been easy.
I've tried to reach out to parents. A lot of parents, I've heard parents who are very satisfied with abstinence only, that's what they believe in, and that's fine. But I've also heard other parents who feel that this is a losing battle, that they either don't have the time or the energy to fight, to stand up and say, you know, this needs to be changed. For me, I just can't accept that.
Tammy recently attended a school board meeting to find herself confronted by conservatives from the ministry which promotes the abstinence curriculum. Their influence over the school administration worries her.
It's kind of sad. You know, like the school board and all, they're elected to take all of the students into account, not just the students that have the same background and the same beliefs that they do. If it goes against their personal religious standards and they just feel that they can't do it, then I guess the way I see that is then you shouldn't run. This is an elected office. You shouldn't run. If you can't serve on a school board and consider every single student in your building, their feelings and their needs, then you shouldn't be there.